Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to the last adaptation vlog of 2014. I'm Jennifer Dick, and for the second year in a row, we here at Adaptation have compiled a list of our favorite adaptations of this past year. Some of these films made us cry, some made us laugh, some are very close to the source material, while some had a couple interesting twists. Whatever the reason, these 10 films made our list because they're the ones that we can imagine watching over and over again in 2015 as well as 2014. So in order of release date, because that seemed the least biased way of listing them, the first one on our list is the Veronica Mars movie, based on the TV series of the same name. As a continuation of the TV series, there were plenty of tie-ins to please the fans, not to mention some character cameos and a pretty interesting storyline to boot. Take note, this is how you continue a well-loved TV show. And what's more, there are already rumors that a sequel is in the works. And while any sequel might have a lot to live up to after this first one, from what I've seen, I have faith that they can pull it off with flying colors. But no pressure. Maleficent, the movie starring Angelina Jolie as the villain from Sleeping Beauty, was also listed as one of the stellar adaptations from 2014. This should not surprise anyone, considering how much we adaptation hosts love rewritten fairy tales. Not to mention how bad we are at hiding this particular preference. And while our podcast on this film got a little critical at times, we feel that overall it was a really great female-centric movie. It filled out the villain backstory in a way that didn't necessarily change the events of the original tale, but rather altered the viewer's perceptions of what happened in the story. It's an interesting twist, and we'd be more than eager to see them do the same with other Disney villains. Maybe Ursula, or Scar, or Hades. You hear that, Disney? The possibilities are endless. The next film that we all really enjoyed from this past year was X-Men Days of Future Past. This one was particularly impressive considering that they incorporated multiple timelines in a single plot. Not an easy thing to do. They showed correlation between past, present, and future events in the X-Men universe, and through that they tied together all of the current films that exist in this universe in a way that actually made sense, thus explaining certain discrepancies that we've noticed in the past. Plus, this film is just really entertaining to watch. It made us laugh, it made us gasp, it had it all. So just, slow clap it out for the X-Men. Well done, X-Men. Well done. Next on the list is yet another surprise. Heavy on the sarcasm here, it's not surprising at all. The Fault in Our Stars, based on the book of the same name by John Green. This film was just an excellent adaptation of the book, period. There were entire sections of dialogue that were lifted straight from the pages, and the characters were just masterfully portrayed by the young actors. Color me impressed by the acting in this movie. And now we seriously cannot wait for the next John Green adaptation. Paper Towns, here we come. Then there was Jersey Boys, based on the stage musical of the same name. The performances from everyone were absolutely phenomenal, and there wasn't a bad singing voice in the bunch. Plus, the way that the story was told was more of a biopic with music, rather than a straight-up musical, and it really fit this format well. Again, take note, because this is how musical adaptations are done. Now for an actual surprise entry on our list, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now this was one film that came out of nowhere for our house. We knew that we'd probably like it, but we had no idea how much we'd all love it. It was so easy to get involved with this unlikely and eclectic group of heroes. I mean, come on. There was an anthropomorphic tree and a genetically enhanced raccoon. That is crazy. And we loved it. Along the same lines, but animated, Big Hero 6 was another of our 2014 favorite adaptations. And for similar reasons. The characters are adorable. And the film made us laugh and cry and, well, feel. We had all the feels. And it was amazing. Plus, I don't think I'm the only one out there who now wants their own Baymax. Okay, now flipping the switch entirely, the next film that made our list is The Imitation Game, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley. This film is based on the true story of Alan Turing and the breaking of the Enigma code in World War II, and it is excellently done. The acting is phenomenal, the plot is gripping, and if this film isn't nominated for at least one award, I give up on understanding Hollywood entirely. And last but not least, the final adaptation that we've counted among our favorites for 2014 is Emma Approved, which by now you're probably sick of us mentioning. So I'm sorry for that, but bear with us because this vlog series deserves just one more call out. Brought to us by the brilliant creators at Pemberley Digital, Emma Approved had such interesting twists on Jane Austen's Emma that it kept us guessing the entire way through, despite already being familiar with the story. We can't wait to see what they come up with next, and you can bet your boots that we will be right there watching every single episode as it comes out, no matter what it is. Not to mention refreshing refreshing the page ad nauseum before each new episode appears. Did I say final? I lied. So this last one on our list is technically still an honorary mention, Into the Woods. This pick is still wishful thinking on our part, since none of us have actually seen it yet. Come on, it did only just come out, but we have high hopes and high expectations for its excellence, and we couldn't resist putting it on the list of favorites just in case. If the cast and the trailers are any indication, then its place on the list should be well deserved. Here's hoping that we're not wrong. And that brings us to the end of our favorites list and our last vlog for 2014. We will be back in the new year with new vlogs and podcasts, so be sure to follow the links in the description to keep an eye out for all of our new material. Leave us a comment, like the video, and have a happy new year. Let old acquaintance be forgot, but not these movies 10. As adaptations through the year, we'd watch them all again.